has already partly been implemented by this regime. One of the first things that this regime did was reinstitute the global gag order. This denies abortion to women all over the world from NGOs. This is going to lead to thousands, if not tens of thousands of deaths very quickly. Because when women are denied the right to a safe abortion, they will seek unsafe abortions. They can become extremely injured and they can die. This country is being ripped back to the 50s when women had no rights. It's being ripped back to the days of slavery. Roy Moore said that was when America was great. And I don't think it's ever been clearer. We have said before that when Trump and his supporters say, "Make America great again," they mean make America white again. Oof. Roy Moore, one of Trump's biggest and most outspoken supporters, has explicitly said that America was great in the time of slavery. And these aren't just words. They're tied to real actions. When the KKK and the Nazis went into the streets in Charlottesville, they said that Trump was their man. They explicitly said this and they were right, because then Trump in a press conference refused to condemn them. He said that both sides are to blame for the violence that happened in Charlottesville. And this is just untrue. And Trump appointed Jeff Sessions, racist Jeff Sessions, who has said that the only thing wrong with the KKK is that some of them smoke marijuana. And so we are going to be protesting. RefuseFascism.org is going to keep protesting. We are building a movement of people who will be in the streets day after day and night after night, millions of people, until this entire regime is gone. That means Donald Trump, that means Mike Pence, that means fascists who support him like Roy Moore, that means Jeff Sessions, that means Scott Pruitt, who is stripping away all environmental protections, who was appointed head of the EPA to dismantle the EPA, to make sure that climate change really does destroy this planet. This regime that is pulled out of the weak-ass Paris Climate Accords, making this one of the only countries, if not the only country on Earth, that is no longer part of an agreement to reduce global warming. And this is the reality of the situation we face. And we could talk all day about how bad it is and how much worse it's going to get. But the reality is that we have to act now. If just one of these indictments were true, if just one were true, it would be enough for millions of people to protest, for millions of people to say this is illegitimate, this is fascist, and we have to stop it. But to know that these indictments are all true, and they are just some of many, and that they are backed by the most powerful fascist regime on earth, the Trump-Pence regime, that should be enough for tens of millions of people to be in the streets today. And it is wrong that people aren't out there. But we want you to know that RefuseFascism.org is out here around the country today. As people in Alabama are voting, as people are in voting booths deciding whether they want to vote for a Democrat or if they want to vote for a Christian fascist. When they go in the voting booths and they see Roy Moore, they know that the president has endorsed him. So we are here protesting. We are building a movement. It's RefuseFascism.org. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. And the only way that we can stop this is by millions of people protesting in the streets. It's the only way that any change has ever happened. And if we want to fool ourselves and believe that the Democrats are going to take care of this for us, we are sorely mistaken. Because Tom Steyer put out ads for Donald Trump's impeachment. He advertised a petition that millions of people signed, millions of people who really want Donald Trump to be impeached. Even after that, prominent Democrats in power, like Nancy Pelosi, said that impeachment is off the table. Not just now, even after 2018. They think it's counterproductive. They think they can strike deals with Trump so that they can take away rights from immigrants in exchange for rights for other immigrants. They are literally trading off people's lives. That's how they are using their positions of power. And so calling them and writing them letters isn't going to be enough to stop this. We have to force with a determination to come back every single day and every night until this regime is gone, that will make change. That will force them to respond. And we will not just be heard, but we will succeed and we will win in this demand that this nightmare must end, the Trump-Pence regime must go. Because if we don't stop them, there are going to be a lot more Roy Moores.
Yep.
Roy Moores will take up our entire Congress, and then somehow, somewhere, they're going to find someone worse than Roy Moore, and they're going to put him in power. And this is how it's going to go. Not just up until 2020, past 2020, past 2024. That is how fascism works. Because everything that Hitler did was legal. They are remaking the law so that they can round people up, tear them from their families, and deport them. What's going to happen when they can't keep deporting them? What's going to happen when all of the black and brown kids that they've put in the prisons fill up the prisons? What will they do with them then? What will they do with them at that point? This is how genocide begins. Okay, it's not yet the final solution, but this is like living in 1933 Nazi Germany during Hitler's rise to power. And even former President Barack Obama warned people that we could be going down the path of Nazi Germany. Okay, and he's not very radical. So if he's saying this, it should wake people the fuck up.
Yeah.
That we need to act. Because that is how Hitler succeeded. It wasn't just the Nazis. It wasn't just the most rabid Nazis. It was the millions and millions of people who let it become normal. The millions and millions of people who turned their heads, even though they knew it was wrong. And so we have to wake up the millions and millions that are like that in this country, all around the world. People who are watching on this live stream, I know because I see it every time they're commenting. We're with you from Alabama. We're with you from Kentucky. We support you. There are people, even in Trump country, even in some of the scariest places in the world in this country right now, who are on our side, who don't want to see the consolidation of a fascist America, who believe that immigrants, that women, that LGBTQ people, that black people are human beings and deserve to be treated that way. And so we are refusefascism.org. We are the movement to drive out the Trump and Pence regime. Our demand is this nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. And today we say, no more
No
to
more.
Roy Moore.
No more.
No